I'm Christina Simmons, and I am a counselor at Rebuilding Lives Workshop, and I want to introduce to you the type of counseling that I'm going to use with you. This video lasts less than 15 minutes and provides a lot of information. The best way to use the tape is for you and your partner to view the tape at one sitting. Preferably view it together, but if you can't find the time, make sure both have seen it before your first session. This should provide an overview of the counseling and give you an idea of what to expect. Once counseling begins, you can view again selected portions of the tape. I cover 8 parts of counseling: the initial assessment of your relationship, what to do with the assessment, the major cause of most problems and thus the areas you'll want to strengthen, how to be forgiven and to forgive, how to communicate better, how to resolve differences, how to build intimacy, and a final assessment of your relationship. These 8 parts are useful in almost every marriage. In your marriage, your counselor will have, which is I, an individually tailored emphasis that deals with the things of most concern to you. I need to find out about your relationship so I can help you efficiently. If you respond frankly and honestly and provide me with relevant information, then I will stand the best chance of tailoring help just for you. By using the questionnaires that you might have already completed or soon will, I will find out a lot about your relationship. Then, in your first meeting, I will ask you many of the following things: to describe the current status of your relationship, to describe briefly how your relationship developed, to discuss using an audio tape, a topic about which the two of you usually disagree, to discuss the quality of your commitment and your ability to resolve differences, to discuss the ways you show closeness, affection, and intimacy. This will include a discussion of your sexual relationship, to evaluate your commitment to the relationship, to discuss any complicating factors that might prevent you from bettering your relationship, and to describe in some detail how you would know if your relationship were improved. After that, I will give you a brief initial summary of my opinion about your relationship. Then I will ask you to complete some tasks at home between the first and second counseling session. In fact, at the beginning of the second session, I will provide a written report to each of you on my expert view of your relationship and what can be done to improve it. The major cause of problems in relationships is failure or weakness in love, faith, work, or some combination of those. The root difficulty is usually repeated failures in love. By love, I mean valuing your partner at every opportunity and refusing to devalue or put down your partner regardless of how upset you might become. People often fail to show valuing love for a partner in the midst of conflict and normal conversation, in mentioning the partner during interactions with others and in intimate interactions. I will want you to think continually about how to value your partner more and how to avoid devaluing your partner. When most partners enter marriage counseling, they are discouraged and have little hope that anything can be done to improve their relationship. They may not feel that the counseling will help. It is common to go through a period of discouragement in the midst of counseling, thinking that the relationship is not benefiting. When these times of discouragement happen, remind yourself that you are common and keep the faith. Most people do benefit from marital counseling. Discouragement about your relationship may result in your not wanting to work on the relationship. If you stop working on the relationship, it quickly deteriorates further. Also, when people take their partner for granted and stop trying to make their relationship more intimate and committed, when they stop trying to communicate better, when they stop forgiving their partner for hurting them, or when they stop seeking forgiveness for the times they have hurt their partner, the relationship runs downhill. A fundamental law of nature is that anything that we don't put work into will eventually run downhill. When we don't tend a garden, it produces vegetables for a while, but eventually the weeds will choke out the vegetables. These weaknesses in love, discouragement, and not working on the relationship cause most relationship problems. You can improve your marriage by showing more love. I will help you do that. Many people think of the problems in the relationship as being primarily due to their partner. They acknowledge that both people are to blame for marital problems, but in their heart of hearts they think, my partner is mostly to blame. Such thoughts are natural and normal. We look for the causes of our problems and we see and hear, and frankly we see and hear our partner more than we see or hear ourselves. We see his withdrawal, her nagging, his long hours at work, her complaining. We blame mostly what we see and hear. Although it is normal and natural to feel that your partner is mostly to blame for your marital problems, it isn't helpful to do so. We quickly find that we cannot make our partner change. Try as we might to get our partner to change, we simply become more frustrated. Many people come to marital counseling hoping that I will change their partner. In fact, we can only change our own behavior. Your counselor, which is I, will try to help each partner change his or her own behavior. I will try to be fair in doing so, though at times I might ask you to change more than he or she asks your partner to change. Over counseling, I may generally be fair in asking each partner to change parts of his or her life that might help the marriage. As you listen to me assess of your marriage, think, how can I value my partner more? How can I work harder to change? How can I have more faith? Try to put aside your natural and normal tendency to think that your partner doesn't value you as much as you would like, doesn't seem to want to work on the relationship, or has given up. Blame is a dead-end street. You and only you can change your behavior and thus affect your marriage. Don't wait for your partner to change first. Throw yourself into changing your own part and let your partner come along as fast as she is able to. Not everyone has the same need for closeness. Some people have more need for intimate talk, affection, sex, and romance. Some people have more need for alone time. Some people have more need for social time with others and time spent merely being together as a couple. Each couple must work out a balance of intimacy, aloneness, and social activity that satisfies both partners. The good news is that you can adjust your schedule so that you meet your needs from a variety of places. The partner does not have to meet all your needs. To meet intimacy needs, I am going to use an acrostic to help you remember several main points. The acrostic is value. V equals value your partner. The A equals affection. L equals lovemaking. U equals use positives. E equals employ a calendar. To value your partner, nothing creates a feeling of closeness and intimacy like always valuing your partner. As far as affection, value your partner by showing him or her affection. Be tender with each other. Remember romantic occasions. Express your affection in words. It isn't always easy to put your feelings into words, but it usually helps your partner if you can say what you appreciate. Lovemaking. Your sexual relationship is important. If lovemaking is not working as well as you would like, ask me directly. Your counselor, I can give you helpful advice or a referral if necessary. Use positives. Researchers have found that couples who have at least 5 times as many positive interactions as they do negative interactions usually have satisfying and stable relationships. If you want to improve your marriage, increase the positive and decrease the negatives. E. Employ a calendar. How you use your time affects whether you meet your needs for intimacy, distance, and social activity. Look hard at your calendar and see if you can shift or eliminate activities to make more time for each other. How to communicate better. To communicate better, use another acrostic. Love. L stands for listen and repeat. O, observe your effects. V, value your partner. And E, evaluate both partners' interest. Listen and repeat. When your partner is on a roll and you'd like to say something, or when the two of you are disagreeing and you want to interrupt to make your own point, you can get awfully frustrated. Our useful response is either to shut down or to interrupt. Either way, our partner feels devalued and misunderstood, which adds to the way we feel, devalued and misunderstood. Instead of trying hard to get your own point across by thinking what you're going to say next, by interrupting, by shouting, or by leaving, try to understand your partner. Listen and repeat what your partner is saying until your partner is sure you understand. That will make your partner more willing to listen to you. If you summarize your partner's thoughts, you do several things. You show you care, you avoid many misunderstandings because the partner can correct misunderstandings right away. You slow down the rapid, self-centered disagreements that can turn into fights. When your partner feels that you understand, he or she usually doesn't feel as much pressure to keep talking a lot. And then you can have your say. Oh, observe your effects. When you say something and get a surprising reaction from your partner, such as a puzzled look, an argument when you expected agreement, a show of unexpected emotion, that should alert you instantly that there has been a misunderstanding. Gently say, I'm sorry. I must have not communicated clearly. What did you think I was saying? By seeking understanding, you can short-circuit a lot of misunderstandings. B. Value your partner. Always. This is the number one key to keeping communication flowing and to resolving differences. If you can remember always to value and never devalue your partner, you will avoid most misunderstandings and increase your marital happiness. E. Evaluate both partners' interests. When you disagree, instead of staking out win-lose positions on issues, learn to look behind the positions that you and your partner take to see what your real interests are. Usually, if you identify your interest and your partner's interest, you can arrive at a solution that meets both people's interests, a win-win situation. Over time, in any ongoing marriage, hurts occur. If you can keep a short list of grudges over those hurts, your marriage will be happier. Quickly admit your wrongs and seek forgiveness from your partner. Be much more attentive to confessing your own hurtful behavior than to whether your partner needs to confess. If you or your partner has been hurt and has held onto the hurt, then before you end your marital counseling, you will probably want to discuss the hurt with an eye toward forgiveness, not to punish the other person. When you seek forgiveness, sincerely apologize and admit your wrongful behavior. Show that you regret hurting your partner and don't want to do so again. Ask whether you can in some way make up for hurting your partner. Don't offer excuses or blame your partner for something that provoked you. Say you're sorry and ask for forgiveness. Be patient. Sometimes it takes people a while to forgive, so don't expect your partner to forgive instantly. When counseling nears its end, I will ask you to reassess your marriage. You'll consider intimacy, communication, ability to resolve differences, and commitment, as well as how closely you have approached your ideal marriage as you described it in the initial session. At that point, you can set some practical goals for your marriage about how to improve your relationship. For some, that might be continuing counseling or seeking counseling with another counselor. For others, it would be planning specific ways to keep working on building love and faith. I hope this brief video helps prepare you for some of the ideas that you are likely to encounter in counseling and makes your efforts to improve your relationship more pleasant and more efficient. I wish you well in your work with me.